Hi guys, welcome back to FX Day Trading. So today we're going to have a look at Crypto.com's coin, which is Crow. Obviously everything I say, I'm not a financial advisor, do what you want with your own money. But personally, I'm invested in this on a weekly basis, just for my own, not massive amounts, but I believe that with this crash at the minute happening, with what seems to be market-wide, then I believe it's a real good opportunity to get involved in something like this, which also kind of can give you some extra back and for long-term rewards. So let's start, obviously, Crypto Crow, that they really are building a big profile and marketing, especially in America. They're naming stadiums, doing deals with other companies and shirt brandings and UFC, and the list really does go on. But what really interests me, obviously, I believe in the future it will go probably above $1 or so, whatever. I'm in the UK, so I say a pound. But what I really like about it is obviously the Visa card, which I know it's had mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. But I think the real key benefit about the cards is that when you use the card, obviously you stake your Crow, and then obviously you get rewards back for that. Not only just for using the card, but also on that card as well. I mean, if you're going to be invested, then having the card, it's locking up your Crow for 180 days. It might seem a bit funny, but you should only be investing money you can afford to lose, or you don't need to live on. It's not your rent money or your mortgage money or whatever you need it for. You should be able to tie that money up for 180 days. That shouldn't be a problem. And all being well, at 180 days, the market should hopefully be back, and we should be in profit as well. And even if it dips further, that 300 pounds or whatever you want to invest into it, or even free card to start with, but you can invest it. And if it drops, the market drops another 5%, 10%, and your Crow would be worth less than £300. You don't lose them card benefits. It's got to be worth £300 when you stake it originally. So what my belief is that it's a great time to be buying Crow now, because if you buy it now, you can also almost get the card a bit cheaper as well. If you put £50 in a week, which is my intention to do, then actually, as we're so low at the minute, the price of Crow is down to, I believe, in the UK, I think it's 25 pence per Crow. I mean, it wasn't only a couple of weeks ago, it was 40-50 pence a Crow. Well, you can almost double your investment. So if you invested £150 now, then a couple of weeks, if it bounces back, then you've only paid £150, and you can stake Crow, and you'll get the card, or you spent it 150. So it's even a better time than most to kind of stake it. I honestly didn't think we'd be back this low again. I'm obviously on the free card at the minute, but I'm obviously going to be moving up to the Ruby Steel, and then as I keep investing week on week, and hopefully the market grows, then I'll be hopefully going back up to the Royal Indigo or Jade Green. And the benefits, hey, listen, I don't probably listen to Spotify, but Netflix is good. Prime, I've got Prime, so that's probably going to go. And some of these rebates are like 100% back on whatever you pay. But not only that, I mean, this is on top of your Crow being staked at, I think you get 5%, 3% back on the £3,000, 2% back, as well as having your Crow, which is going to, if you're going to hold it anyway, it makes sense to surely have the extra on top. Plus with that, you also get loads of staking rewards, like if you have other cryptos within the Crypto.com app. It is fantastic for that sort of stuff. So you can, I think, USDC coin with a Ruby card, I think you get about 10 or 12% per year, which is astronomical, really. I know there's lots of other things like VVS you can do and stake that, but obviously, I'm a firm believer in sticking to what you know. I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I've got Ethereum. I've got a little bit of Bitcoin, and I've got Crow. That's my kind of three main investments at the minute. Just because the market's dropped so much, I believe that all the times you see it at $60,000-$70,000 and you go, I wish I would have invested back when I saw it cost 20,000 of Bitcoin, or 2,000. I was watching it 1,800 probably a few months back, and watching it going, wish I invested so much more money in it. Well, this is a great opportunity. You're just gifted on a plate again to do it. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know, you do as you please, or what you want, your own money, don't risk more than you can afford to lose. But hey, listen, we might sit there for another month. No one knows, but we can all be hopeful. That's what we're in the game for, isn't it? To kind of, speculate. When everyone else is crying and scared and fear is running wild, then it's a great time to invest. I mean, and don't lump it in, just take your time, invest bit by bit into it, chuck 50 quid in and chuck, whatever your multiple is, but try and break it up into 4 and invest it, and then give it a couple of days and see where the market goes. It could drop further and you can invest it, and you kind of average it into it rather than just all or nothing. Good, because listen, if you're happy to, you can sit on it for a few months. Probably, it could happen. It could go even lower, a lot lower, and your equity could be so much lower. And if you can handle that pain, then that's great. But I don't really fancy that, if I'm honest. So that's the crypto. This is the crypto Crow coin. The cards that they offer. They do a lot of staking rewards and stuff as well. They've got a great app. There's a lot. I do see a lot on Twitter about their customer service and stuff. And listen, I've had a bad experience with them customer service wise, but the great thing about having the crypto card is that if say you stake money in, you're buying different coins and stuff, and then suddenly you need to access that money, I'm fully aware that obviously they take a few days or probably a week to get the money out if you want it back into your bank account, but you can actually spend it. You can transfer, you can sell your crypto or whatever. If you need to get the access to money, you can sell your crypto and then transfer that into your crypto card, which you can there's a free one there, so it's not limited to anyone. Anyone could just apply for one. It doesn't have to have anything special. Just put your passport, everything else into it, and they'll send you one out. There's no criteria to meet it really, and you can transfer that money over in the app and instantly top up your card and use it. And the one bad thing about that obviously is that you can't then transfer that money back into your crypto. So if you say you put £100 over and you wanted to spend some, that's fine. But then if you want to transfer that back into your crypto, you can't transfer it back in. You have to go right around the process to obviously taking out a cash point or deposit more money into your crypto account from your bank and then reinvest it, which obviously there's a few fees unless you do it on the BACS transfer. But that's really the only downside. But I mean, if you're worried about access to your money, then obviously as long as you've got the money in there, you can access it pretty quickly with your Visa card, which is fantastic. I mean, I'm a real big fan of it. So what I thought we'd just have a quick look at. I've been working out some numbers. I mean, at the minute in the UK, this is UK price, so it's pounds sterling. It's roughly around 25 pence last time I looked. So if you had 1,000 crore at the minute, it'd be worth 250. And if that suddenly went up to 30p, well then straight away you've obviously got your £300 you need to stake for your Reba card. So you've only spent £250 on staking this card, or even less. I mean, if you did potentially 5, say let's do obviously 500, you need to wait until it goes up to 50 pence to obviously stake that. But it's just a little way of getting into it, even if you're averaging in. I mean, I'm gonna be doing this weekly, adding into my my Crow fund. That's what I call it. And then obviously as that builds and the price finds itself again and the market settles out and then it starts to creep up, obviously then my Crow will be growing whilst staked, and my little pot will be growing and growing and growing. If the price doubles in the next year by the end of 2022, which I mean the price predictions I've seen are pretty high, I could invest, say if I do £50 a week, it's £2,600 odd pounds. I could end up with £5,000 plus or minus, and if I use the Visa card I get another 1%, 2%. It becomes really, suddenly before you know it, you're getting double and treble. It's a great, I don't know what banks offer at the minute, but I'm sure it's nowhere near that sort of percent return. I mean, obviously it could go down, which I'm fully aware of. It's been low for quite a while, but I believe with all the marketing they're doing, the partnerships they're getting into, the NFTs they're bringing out, there's so much going for this Crow. I really believe that it's not going to drop back out of the top 20. I believe we're going to be standing up there, and I believe that Ethereum, they'll all come back. I'm sure of it. I can't just, there's too much involved now for it to drop. That's my personal opinion. But that's maybe for another video. We'll talk about Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever you want to hear about. So let me know, obviously, please, if you can, subscribe, like, it all helps. Obviously, I'm a new channel, so I do like to try and get some more followers and likes and stuff. And if you haven't sign up to Quickcom, check them out. I mean, I've used IG, I use eToro, I've got Coinbase and Crypto.com. Yeah, they're not that bad. They're not as bad as everyone makes out. They're pretty good to input. They're pretty good to withdraw. You do get hold of people. It does take a little while, but definitely worth a look. What I'll do, obviously I've got an account with them and a live account, so which I stake my crypto in. If you want to sign up and you haven't, I'll put a link in the bottom. I've got a referral code. It helps you, helps me. We both get $25 or pounds, whichever wherever you may be. So yeah, please feel free to use it if you want, and if you want to, obviously, like I said, it helps you, helps me. We both get a bit of money. I'm sure there's loads of other channels out there who do it, and you're more than welcome to use theirs. Don't feel I'm making you, forcing you, but if you can, just hit the like, hit the subscribe, follow me, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to know about next. I can do specific videos. I can do my trading systems, my investment strategies into Crow, and how I'm gonna hopefully double and treble and quadruple my money in the next year using this whole system, the card and the staking. Or if there's something else you want to know about, just drop it in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch